Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about the fourth story in Season 1, Marco Polo. Here we come to the bane of 1960s Doctor Who fans, missing episodes, or in this case an entire missing story of 7 episodes. Luckily the audio exists and I've used reconstructions to be able to watch this serial as best as possible. More copies of this story were made than most, so it should exist somewhere. Hopefully Film is Fabulous will have some luck here. Apparently this was sold to at least 19 different countries, far more than any other story from the 1960s, so it beggars belief that it hasn't been found so far. The odds are that it is out there somewhere. Whilst the reconstructions are good, you do lose something in not being able to view the story in its original format. Marco Polo was written by John Lucarotti and set in Cathay in the year 1289. It was broadcast from 22nd of February 1964. This was the programme's first historical story, and I have a soft spot for historical stories. The Doctor and crew join the caravan of Marco Polo as it makes its way across the Gobi Desert. Eventually they arrive at Kublai Khan's summer palace in Shangtu. They end up saving the Khan from an assassination attempt by the Mongol warlord Tigana. According to William Hartnell's widow, this was his favourite story. Ratings per episode averaged well over 9 million views. The first episode was titled The Roof of the World. The crew arrive and run into some Mongols and are about to be executed when they are saved by Marco Polo. The second episode is called The Singing Sands. They make their way across the Gobi Desert. There is a vicious sandstorm and the caravan party runs low on water supplies. The third episode is called 500 Eyes. With the water supply completely exhausted, the situation grows desperate. The travellers only survive the arid conditions when the Doctor and Susan collect water which condensed on the TARDIS walls in the night. Tigana slips away and finds his way to the Cave of 500 Eyes, where Barbara follows. The Doctor, Susan and Ping Cho also go to the cave and enter, where they find a Mongol holding a knife to Barbara's throat. Episode 4 is called The Wall of Lies. The TARDIS and crew are travelling to Peking, where they catch sight of the Great Wall of Cathay. They go past Lan Chao along the banks of the Yellow River. The fifth episode is entitled Rider from Shangtu. Here the Doctor and his companions have worked out that Tigana is the source of many of the journey's troubles, but cannot make Marco Polo realise how dangerous he is. The episode ends with Tigana threatening Susan at knife point. The sixth episode is entitled Mighty Kublai Khan. Eventually the party arrives at Kublai Khan's palace. The Doctor initially shows some belligerence towards Khan, but soon they bond over their great ages. The episode ends when Tigana approaches Ian and Ping Cho, slicing the air with his sword, smiling sadistically. The final episode is called Assassin at Peking and culminates in a lengthy sword fight between Tigana and Polo. Essentially, Tigana fails and takes his own life with a spear rather than being killed by Khan's men. Marco Polo gives the Doctor and his party the key to the TARDIS and bids them escape. And the episode ends with the crew standing around the TARDIS console, superimposed against a starscape. This story was novelised as Doctor Who Marco Polo by John Lucarotti in 1984. The story polled at number 7 out of 29 stories in the Doctor Who Monthly 60-year poll for the first Doctor stories. It also polled 84th out of 241 in the Doctor Who Monthly 2014 Big Poll, although this includes some new Who stories. Overall, I found the story to be really good, and it's such a shame that it doesn't exist in its existing form. I rate it as 8 out of 10. If we ever get the story back, then I will review my rating accordingly. I hope you enjoyed this brief review of the story and that you enjoy me again for the next story, The Keys of Marinus. Until then, goodbye.